I guess it's that day for three of my followers to join my live or something. But yeah, it's that day coming down. I gotta drive out to someone's house soon, but you know, I gotta watch my eating and everything. But you know, just act like you're invested in a team that you don't invest in. You're usually a New York sports guy, and we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna be trying to go live, like I guess in between the crucial moments, probably at the end of each quarter, and just break down what's going on. And eventually, I'll have a following. But that's not really what it's about. It's about me breaking down the game and learning a lot more. This is a graphic T-shirt, by the way, so uh, I could have gotten this in all red, but the yellow wouldn't have really showed. And I think there's some yellow on the shirt, but you can't really tell right here. Like there's some yellow within Patrick's jersey and everything, but it's much more of a game than the quarterback, than just the quarterbacks themselves. But very interesting game. 49ers might be a little bit slept on. No one's really counting them out, but they're not an overwhelming favorite. People like to go with the offense, and offenses are a lot more popular. And people are gonna go with the passing attack. They're gonna favor the passing attack as opposed to the rushing attack. I'm trying to watch this and look at the preview at the same time. But Kyle Shanahan's team in here for the second time. He previously on the Falcons when they blew that historic lead, that which he should have just ran the ball on multiple occasions, and he's had to live with that for a few years. But this whole misdirection, making the offense go one way, making the defense go one way, and then just hitting them with the reverse, hitting them with something from the backside. George Kittle leaking out late, or him just gashing you over the middle of the field. The 49ers are really going to live in the middle of the field, and it'll be interesting to see how they use. The Chiefs use Tyrann Mathieu. That split safety look might not help them because they might need a extra guy in the box. So we'll see. Don't expect Chris Jones to really impact the running game. I learned recently his spatial recognition is just not good in the running game. He's much more of a pass rusher. So he's been hurt a little bit. It hurts me to see Shady McCoy, with that loss of explosiveness over the past 2 years. It hurts me to see him not in this game, but they needed all the help they can get on the defensive line. So, it's a guy that's my favorite running back for the past decade or so, and he's, the closest thing that you can get to Barry Sanders, but not anymore. And Barry Sanders is just class of his own, where some people consider him the greatest running back, even over Jim Brown. But I even saw someone suggest, I forgot, it might have been on the NFL Network, that the Chiefs might be able to call a couple of draw plays or whatever and just get Bosa up the field, which he has been known against Russell Wilson to get too far up the field and allow a running lane. So we'll see. And I love, I'm forgetting his name, DeForest Buckner, very long. He might be over 6'7" or whatever, but Andy Benoit's been former Sports Illustrated reporter. It's been raving about his ability in the run game, and it's finally showing up with his team here. So that depth is really helping San Fran, and they don't even need Frank Clark as much as you think they would. So not Frank Clark. I get Frank Clark and D4 confused every time. They don't really need D4 as much as you think they would. Nick Bosa, Rookie of the Year, might be better than his brother Joey, which I didn't think was possible. But yeah, the Chiefs with Anthony Hitchens, I never really believed in him, and we'll see if he's able to shed blocks that are coming at the second level and to try to chase these 49ers running backs. Matt Breida in particular, who's really fast, who hasn't been featured as much. Tevin Coleman's got a shoulder injury, so my analysis is all over the place, but we'll see. And I'd really like to see Kansas City dink and dunk the ball. Just you negate the pass rush by obviously you get the ball out quickly or whatever, but San Fran's gonna sit back in their cover 3. Richard Sherman's comfortable in it, And if you have Hill in the slot, and he's improved his route running year by year, and we're really going to see it if you see how well he sits in the zone. And I don't really, and I like that. Not that you don't trust Kansas City to go deep; they just don't really need to. So, we will see. It's a great matchup. I'm not just saying that; it's really a great matchup. I didn't like New England, LA last year just because I thought New England was just superior defensively and coaching wise. Even though Wade Phillips did his thing, it'd probably go down as a legendary coach. But I thought that game always felt like a 20-0 game as opposed to whatever it was 10-3 for X amount of minutes last year. So, people you might be able to lean 49ers here. I don't know. Going with Kansas City, you tend to as a fan, you tend to trust a team's passing game more than a running game. But don't ever believe that Jimmy G can't really come up clutch. But his average depth of target is really not a lot. So we'll see. So I'm very, very interested in this game, and I'll probably never see my favorite team in this game, the Jets. They got their own problems. Went 7-9 this year, I believe, which for them is really solid. So it's one of those days each year. It's close to my birthday, which was yesterday, where you can just sit back and invest in a team that you have no interest in. So I don't know. In the home of the Chiefs. I'll see you probably after the first quarter.